Patricia E. Basden. Patricia E. Basden is a mother, sister, daughter, and trusted friend. Born in New York to Caribbean parents whom have kept her grounded to gain strength through each adversity, which propelled her to be the woman she is today. Her trials have groomed her to become a lover of music, allowing her to cultivate the love professionally singing gospel, R&B, and jazz in various industries such as churches and at times in her past, nightclubs, by which no longer takes place as of to date. Many of you may not know how many esophagus walls you have, yet what you are about to hear is the reason why she pushed to become the woman of excellence she is today. It was the day before Thanksgiving of 2018. She was admitted to the hospital because nothing could go down, not even ice or rice. Not knowing how stress could change her life, this was a drastic, dramatic change that caused 3 out of the 4 esophagus walls to fall in due to stress and family issues. For almost 30 days, she had to drink at least 5 bottles of liquid insurance a day until the surgery was performed, with the hopes of the surgeons saving her last esophagus wall. During this time, you would think that the tower of strength you were vowed to stay committed to would be by your side. Yet during the height of her illness and second trial came when she was served divorce papers a few months later. Yet going through those trials could have broke her, but instead, she held on to her faith in God. All of this pushed her to become a renowned new author of an amazing book called One More Thing Before You Leave Home. She specifically wrote this book for her daughter and those in her daughter's age group because she felt that they weren't equipped with the information regarding renting and what was connected to it before they made life-changing decisions on leaving home unequipped. Her current book has a 5-star rating with over 20 different reviews on Amazon, by which is being sold as of to date in Walmart and Barnes & Noble. During this process, another book that isn't on the market as yet was birthed called Which Home is for You? Condo, HOA, or single-family homes. This particular book is given basic guidelines that is rarely discussed, but believes if the information is understood that potential buyers will be equipped to make better choices when picking the right home and not only picking a home based upon the price of that home. For Ms. Basden, just like many others, God puts us through trials. He knows the end will create stronger individuals, and Ms. Basden is coming out stronger. She came out stronger than ever through her trials. You can follow her on social media at Patricia Basden on IG, or I am Patricia E. Basden, and or Patricia Basden on Facebook and Basden Co. on Instagram. You can find her on TikTok at I am Patricia, PATRICIAE Basden, BASDEN. She lives by this motto: no negativity in my space. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you author Patricia Elizabeth Basden.
Welcome to Pathway to Success. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, and I'm with the beautiful, oh my gosh, keep me smiling backstage. And right now we're on camera. Patricia Basden, right here, author. She said I should not let anybody know she can sing, so I'm not sharing with nobody here on social media, right? It's between us. But she will do a song for us. Who knows, maybe before the shows go out, but we're so excited. Her book, author of One More Thing Before You Leave Home. This almost sounds like something also that a lot of parents would like to give to their children, kids to have before they leave home. And it's also something that also some wives can give also their husbands before they put them through the door. But anyway, Right here, we're gonna have an excited talk on pathway to success. Tell me something, Patricia. Where were you born?
I was born in New York.
You're born in New
I
York.
was born in New York, in the Bronx. Well, New York, New York. But I was raised in the Bronx for a couple of years. And then I moved to Queens, Jamaica, Queens.
Uh-huh.
And then I went to West Hempstead, Long Island. And I stayed in the Brooklyn as well. So I've been in all different boroughs except Staten Island, you could say.
So with that beautiful smile, she's able to take care of herself, defend herself. Brooklyn, Queens. It tells you something right here. She's a beautiful person. Tell us, who is Patricia Basden?
Basden. Patricia Basden is a mother, a sister, a friend, a motivator. I consider myself a motivator at this time of my life because of all my adversities that I've gone through. So I'm basically a motivator for whoever's in my space.
Right.
Yeah.
And what are some of the adversities? Because authors always I've always been impressed with authors because they're able to write such wonderful stories. But you should hear their true stories.
Oh yes.
Amazing how they really can get to sit and put everything in a book.
Yeah.
What are some of the adversities that you have been through as a individual?
Well, I can say the one adversity that, well, there's two. One adversity is where my esophagus wall fell in, three of them out of the four, the day before Thanksgiving. And when I say it was the most scariest thing of my life because I couldn't drink anything, eat anything, ice chip wouldn't go down, tea wouldn't go down. And I was instructed that I had to have a surgeon cut out the three and see if they could save one of them. So I would be able to eat. So for almost 30 days, I was not able to eat anything due to stress.
Due to stress.
Due to stress.
So stress cause
Stress can cause many issues in our bodies, as well as negativity, negative thoughts, not taking care of ourselves, not knowing that what we do to ourselves in our mind can destroy our body. Easy. And the next adversity was my divorce,
divorce.
which I really don't talk about so much
Right.
because I don't allow that to um, make up my life, my present life at all. But I just use my esophagus wall to remind me every day no one is supposed to be allowed in my space with negativity
Right.
because I only have one wall left. So nobody's going to take it.
I know.
Nobody's going to cause no stress to me.
Even with that, I mean, divorce must be a very expensive one. Who is it that had a divorce that they had to pay out almost $100 million? Somebody that would have cost. I told you that's not because your life to go right here, but I'm sure yours was such a, but yours almost cost you your life. I mean,
Yes.
we're laughing here, but that's
It's a serious thing. It makes you wake up to reality and make you realize that everybody who's around you, you need to have people that are positive individuals around you. And you're supposed to have positivity and give it out as well.
right.
So you can get it back. Yeah.
That's powerful. That's very powerful.
Important.
But who are some of the people that influenced you in your life while growing up?
Well, you know what? I don't want to name anyone particular.
That's the problems.
No, I don't want to name anyone in particular other than my own self.
Your own self.
Yes.
That's good.
I'll just say from everything that I've gone through, I use my faith. That's what really pushed me through everything in my life. Because if I start naming people, I'm going to be missing someone.
Right.
So I prefer just to say myself.
Say yourself and God.
Yes, and God. Have your faith in God. That's the most important in everything that I do. He's first.
And the adversity that had pushed you, was this the adversity that pushed you to your destiny to become
Yes.
an author?
Because when I was divorced and I was living by myself, my daughter was in China, and I was living home by myself, and I'm saying to myself,
Right, so
what
are
am
you
I
saying that
going
everybody left
to
at
do?
the same time?
Everybody left. I was there in my home night after night, and I was wondering, what exactly am I supposed to do? What is my purpose? God, you kept me here for a reason. You have me with one esophagus, and my mindset is changed to positivity. What is my purpose? What do I enjoy doing? And I remember my daughter and one of my friends, Mr. Wilson, asked me, what is it that you enjoy doing if you didn't get paid to do it, but you would do it forever? And I said, you know what? Teach the youth in regards to condo, HOA, or a single family home, or renting. And I put it in a book. I did two books.
That's good.
Yeah.
I almost thought she was going to say singing because that's one of them because so happy that she's a great singer. But great singer, but also even a better author. And one more thing before you leave home, I wish my this was I think I wish this was written during my time before I left my mother's home. It would prepared me for what I what I really stepped into. But I like this when you need to know what you need to know and have before renting. This is very powerful. Chapter one, terms in this section, agent. You need to have
Agent to make sure you have a place to go to.
amenities is another thing.
Yes.
Efficiency, apartment,
Mhm.
first and last month. That's the rent.
Right. Mhm.
Lease agreement,
Mhm.
management company, one or two baths, one bath with a living room, insurance, sublet, studio apartment, security deposit.
Yes.
Right? And but what now this motivation during your adversity,
Mhm.
that means you must have had a great love for
People.
people in general
People.
and concern about people, the next step that they'll make in life.
Yes.
That shows a lot of love about you, and that shows great character.
Yes. I felt it was the need for me to write something for my daughter and her age group,
Mhm.
her generation, because I saw that they did not know or they don't have an idea what renting is about. They all just want to be 18 and leave home, not understanding the responsibilities of credit cards and moving out and having the background check that's done. If they're doing anything wrong, it will be discovered when they do the background check and try to move out. So I felt it was very necessary for me to put something basic enough for them to have as a guide.
Yes. It's amazing because you mentioned some kids want to leave at 18. There are some adults that is literally 40 still in their parents' home.
And still don't know some of the things that they need to
No,
know.
and that's why this book, I would recommend this book. One more thing before you leave home. Um, is there another book to this? Tell us exactly some of the things that has been mentioned in this book.
Well, one of the things that's important, and not many landlords would love for their tenants to understand and know, in regards to security deposits. When you pay your security deposits, you need to make sure before you move in, you take pictures, you video before you move in to see exactly what damages are there before you do so. Because when you're moving out, landlords have a tendency to want to take your security deposit and pay for those damages that were there before you moved in. But if you didn't report them and you didn't record them, then you're out of your luck.
That that is so wisdom. That is so true.
Yeah, a lot of landlords don't do, I mean, they want to take the security deposit and think as because the young adult doesn't know,
Right.
And then the credit cards. Some of them get credit cards right away when they get going to college,
Right.
and they buy up furniture and they do everything on the credit card and charge it up to the max, not realizing if you're not making that amount of money to cover it, you're gonna mess up your credit.
Yeah.
You're gonna mess up your credit.
Because amazing, because chapter 6 says how to build your credit
Yes.
while renting. Tell us a little bit about how you go about
I
that.
mentioned some sites in my book where they can go and register while they're paying their rent, so they can get credit on their credit, Experian, TransUnion. They can get their credit built up.
That's good.
Yeah, so I gave a few details for them to be able to follow.
Another, but we almost jumped from 67. Question to ask before you choose a roommate.
Yes.
That's almost the same question you'd ask before you choose a spouse.
Yes, is important to
What are some of the
know.
questions?
Well, before you pick that roommate, you have to make sure you understand their faith. Because if you're practicing Buddha and you're Christian and you don't see eye to eye, it's not going to be a happy home.
Especially if you have one who's with all respect, I'm from Jamaica, Rasta. They have a big religious belief in puff, puff, puff. And you now being a holy, you're a Christian, your religion doesn't embrace smoking and all that. So that what you say makes sense. It wouldn't be a good
It wouldn't be a good
combination.
fit. And if you have friends that come over at all times of the night, do you understand you have a curfew or understanding that you have some time and respect in regards to the timing when people are coming over? And if you're having friends come over, are they going to go into the fridge and just eat up the food? Yes. They just come over and eat up the food and have no respect of anybody. Or they just come in the house and jump on the furniture and break down the stuff. And then you're looking at your friend like, that's your friend. You invite them. Why didn't you, tell them to respect our place? So it's very important that you communicate and understand who you're picking as also their financial backing.
I like
Because if
that.
you sign the lease, you have to make sure that roommate is going to be financially responsible to pay that rent with you. Because if they are not able to, then you're going to breach your contract, or you're going to be searching for someone to pay their half when they leave.
No, that is so important because how many times have persons rent a place for another person and then you're held, you're paying your app only to find out that the other person have not been paying their app. Then you find out that you're giving an eviction notice.
Correct. And that stays on the background.
And it stays on your background.
Exactly. And when you're going to look for another place, that landlord is going to see that you have an eviction on your record, and they're not going to want to easily rent to you because they're going to think that you're going to do that to them. So yeah, it's very important to make sure that person who you pick as a roommate is financially stable as well as you are.
Sure. Another thing to know in verse 9 says, why the Lord won't renew your lease?
Yes. Yes.
Consistent late non-payment that we see right here. Violation, no smoking guidelines, but that there's a no smoking guideline on jets. Abuse of property, of property, and all these things. Elaborate some more on some of these.
Well, and as far as the landlord not wanting to renew the lease because you don't report in time the damage that is taking place in their property, giving them enough time to fix exactly what the issue is, or you try to take it upon yourself and fix it and you make it worse. As well as you have a lot of foot traffic, you have a lot of people coming in and out of the unit, and you have people complaining and stating that you have so much going on here, it's not safe, and then you have other people wanting to move out. So that landlord will lose, the rent from other people moving out. So those are the things will encourage a landlord to not want to renew
the lease.
Yeah.
This book is, this book is a one in a million because another thing that you add here, know your rights.
Yes.
A lot of people rent places and don't know their rights. Tell us elaborate a little bit on that.
Well, when you're in a unit, and if that landlord is not taking care of that property, you should know your rights in regards to what you can and what you cannot do. Not just move out because you feel as though you think there's mold or you think there's a problem on the ceiling that you don't even know what the issue is and you haven't reported it, but you just want to leave. That's breach of contract. So you really need to make sure you know your laws. Every state has their own laws, so you really need to look into the laws for your state to see what you can use to leave, not to breach your contract. If you have issues, make sure those are official issues that are correct.
Oh, that is so true. Another thing that you have here is security, property maintenance and amenities. Are is the washer and dryer included, or is there an on-site Those are great questions
Yeah,
to
you should know
investigate.
if you have those things on the property before you sign the lease.
Right.
Because if you don't want to go off the property and you want to make sure you have washer and dryer in the unit, is it included in the rent? Are you paying additional for that? Are you responsible to change the AC filters, or is the maintenance going to change it for you? You have to know those things. You have to make sure that when you're wherever you're moving, the location is fit for your need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good because how many times have persons rented, like especially commercial properties at times, and when they've rented commercial properties, sometimes there's problem with the air conditioning, but because they have not maintained them, now you're in a frenzy wondering who should pay or get it repaired, and it goes like that also when it comes down to renting.
Yes. Comes down to renting. You need to make sure before you move in and you sign that lease, you know what exactly you're responsible for.
Right.
What is included in your rent as well. Oh, I'm paying rent. Is cable included?
Right.
Internet included? All those little things, they add up.
Yeah.
Because if you're paying rent for $1,500 and you didn't realize that cable is not in it, trash is not in it, all those little things add up. You're thinking you're paying $1,500. By the time you're done, you're paying $1,650, and you didn't equate for that. To pay that every month.
So, as an individual moving from out of safety, safety when we're in our parents' homes, we don't pay any bills. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
But before moving out of your parents' home or guardian home,
Okay.
what are some of the things that people should really make sure they have in place? And they take
Well, that's a good question, because I wrote a chapter in there where it indicates what are some of the things that you would want to put money aside for.
Right.
Priority. Making sure you know.
Yes, that's before you rent.
Yes.
I like that.
Things that you need to, like the bed, the furniture.
The bed.
Yeah, the bed. Unless you can get an air mattress.
Oh my word, that would be hard.
Yes, you're gonna sleep on the floor. Must be the floor. Because you have to get a bed, you have to get furniture,
Yes.
you have to get pots and pans, you gotta get cups, you have to get the bed sheets, you have to get different items that would make your home your home.
Yes.
But some people think it's just, oh, I'm just gonna move in. And then they realize they didn't have the money for the bathroom utensils, everything that is required for your home. Everybody has a different way of, they want to have a box and they cover it up, or have a air mattress just for a while to save to get a big nice bed. But I put a list in there for them to put down the amount of money for each thing that they feel they need, and see what is priority.
Right.
So when you're moving out, see the list right?
It's right here. I like this. Utensils and knife, fork. This is great.
Mhm.
Spoon, dinner, napkins, toilet tissue, stock
Mop
pot,
buckets.
frying pan, mop buckets. Yeah, all of these.
All
Bed
of those
sheets.
things are needed.
No, let me tell you, this is a great book. This book, it is the ideal book to have to prepare you. Everything. This is well done, well detailed. You're a great author. You thought about everything.
Yes.
Helpful tips. You're also renting the neighborhood. So now that
You
is.
have to think about the
I like
neighborhood
that.
you're moving into. Just because you want to move out of your parents' house right away, and you're find some place that's $1,200 and you think you can afford it, is it a safe place? Is it a safe place at night? Did you go there at night? Did you go there in the afternoon? Did you go there in the morning to see the different atmosphere, to see what's going on? It's important, not just to you're moving into a place, because you have to bypass those areas at different times of the day.
Oh, this book is so thorough, well written, well read. Quarantine on the lease, how to qualify. I like that too. For your rental. Then what should you do and should not do while renting?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on some of that? Of course.
Making sure you understand when you're supposed to pay your rent, what day, and if you're going to be late, to communicate with the landlord so they understand when they're going to get their money. Not to say that they won't start the eviction process if it's too late and if you're paying your rent late always, but always communicate. It's the most important thing to do. As a young adult, you should be able to communicate with the landlord. And if you ever feel as though before signing that lease and you're asking questions and that landlord or that management company or the agent is not making it comfortable enough for you to ask those questions, then that's not the place you're supposed to move. You're not supposed to move there.
This is so. Believe me, this is the best book ever because there are persons who are adults that don't even have this type of knowledge, and I'm gonna ask everyone. This book is the best book. This is a book that you need to invest in because people become renters at no matter what age group you may be. Whether you're living from your parents' home or you're an adult living on your own, people do rent. Some people may not have the resources to purchase, and some people sometimes has money but they prefer to rent.
Yeah.
So these are very important things to know. Don't live above your means.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that one. Elaborate.
Well, that's the lovely credit card that people love to get. And if they say they have $1,000 or $5,000, they choose to purchase that $2,000 bed sheet or $5,000 on the dot, the amount that is on the credit card for the furniture, not realizing there's interest.
Yeah.
There's interest, and that interest will kill you
Yeah.
because you're never going to be able to catch up to make the payments if you're paying minimum payments. So yes, not living above your means, not buying a whole bunch of stuff to impress.
Impress people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this book is so user friendly.
Yes, it is.
Kid friendly, adult friendly, and these are. I have a copy. Thank you for that copy you gave me autographed also. So I'm so excited. I can give it to any of my child before they go because Daddy prefers space. But when one of them watching it, I mean, this is for Christmas. Thanksgiving is here. And who knows? I mean, what's the other book coming out? Because we'd be interested to know what's the other book, Never Return Back Home. What's the other book that's coming out? So I can send a subtle sign, signal to some of my kids.
Well, if you don't,
watching
if
this.
you don't want to rent, right?
Right.
You don't want them to rent.
Right.
You want them to move out permanently.
Right.
They can move into a condo, HOA, or single family home. It's their choice.
It's their choice.
It's their choice. But with your help.
My word, I was saying, finally they have their own money. I don't know. Finally, I've been set free. But now I'm recognizing with your own help. That does not cost any more. Would that cost any more? If they have an HOA, they got a condo with HOA.
There'll be fees.
I mean fees, right? Because when you're in an HOA, you're literally what should I say? Paying fees. Yeah, it's like you're on the county in the county jail. They tell you where to park, when you can't park. They tell you what color you can't paint your home in. Suppose I want to go purple and pink. They tell you no, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
So that becomes.
So that book that I wrote gives you all those little things to look for.
Right.
For you to make that decision if the HOA or the condo is not for you.
Right.
And I give information about a single family home too.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're running away from the condo or the HOA because of the rules and the maintenance, single family homes also have rules too. They have some rules, but not as many as HOA and single family as condos. But they also have rules as well. So I point those out. So I'm giving a fair assessment across the board on all of them so a person can make the right decision for them. Some people like the condo because they have amenities. They don't have to mow the lawn. They don't have to worry about cleaning the pool and maintaining the pool and stuff. And the gym is right there. Some people want to have their own home. They can have the gym in their house and they have the pool outside, but they have to pay for the maintenance of the pool. Yeah. So you have to bite off, what's best for you.
Wow, I could see you on HD. I've never thought about doing your show. This be good. I'm thinking about turning this into a thing on HGTV. One more thing before you leave home, and you're going to like show different clips of persons who just stepping out to
Stepping
rent, and you show them the guidelines. I've never thought about.
Well, that's a realtor. I'm not trying to step.
That's
a
a realtor, but oh my word,
But
I
I
mean,
will guide them. This is a basic book, and the other one is also a basic book. It gives the information that they can read on the go.
and
It's a
what's
guide.
the other one?
Which home is for you? Condo, HOA, or single family home?
That's almost stating which house is for you also.
Yeah.
But that'll be a whole different show. Are you going to come back with that book
When
or
I put it out.
when you
When I put it out. Yeah.
when you put that book
When I
out?
put it out.
Wow. This book is a must get. I'll tell you to present this. Get this for Thanksgiving gift. So informative. Believe me, there's so many things inside here that I myself I didn't even thought of. I'm not renting, but but it is always good to have a book with this, and then you have a true life stories here. A friend, maybe I don't want to call her a name on social media in case of a lawsuit, but let's say Joe. You don't have any friends named Joe?
No.
Oh,
no,
thank
not
you
at
so
all.
much. A friend connected 23-year-old Joe to another of her friends who wanted to rent the master suite of his home. And the landlord requested she pay the first month's rent, but not the last of a security deposit. Um, right now, Joe believes that she and the landlord shared a mutual friend. This was the main reason she wasn't given a lease. What? How
She wasn't given a lease.
Yeah.
So that was to where it was a benefit to her somewhat,
Mhm.
but life happens.
Right.
She got sick. She had to return back home. So there you go. That lease that she would have had in the real world
Right.
would have caused her a security deposit, and she would have probably have to pay a fine at least 1 or 2 months. So I give 3 different life stories in there from young adults, and they expressed to me the details that they felt the reader should know and look out for these details that they did not know themselves until they went through it.
Oh, there's a Elijah inside here. I'm not sure it's not my son, but and then Nada.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have a good friend. His wife's name is Nada. I hope she's watching right now. But this book is, I believe that's a bestseller. And how can we, how can our viewers who's watching
Well,
see
you
the
can get it
video?
on Amazon. You can get it at Barnes and Nobles, and you can also get it at Walmart. Online, they're all online.
Um,
Yeah.
and have you done any book signing events? Have you been taking this across any
I
other
have,
county,
I
state?
have, and I have another event next week at Books and Books in Coral Gables as well.
Oh, you're doing great. I mean, she's rising to the top as the best-selling author right here in this beautiful nation of America. And this is really good. This is amazing how you could really sit and think about. I mean, I've never thought that I would have seen a book on this,
Yeah,
but
no
this
one
is
has
so
written a
important.
book like that.
No one has written a book like this,
No.
and so you're one in a million. You. I want to thank you so much for coming on Pathway to Success to share this as an author. Oh no, authors are very unique people because you have to be constantly creating new ideas, new things for people to read.
Mhm.
And so, where do you see yourself 3 years from now?
I'll still be writing because there are things that people have been bringing, young adults have been bringing
Right.
the attention to me, that I should go more in depth in regards to before they leave home, knowing how to get their driver's license, knowing how to get their passport, knowing how to be able to renew, their license and stuff. So I'm getting ideas as I go and talking to them.
Any romance novels? Because
No,
this
no
good.
romance novel.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no romance
into
novels. Because normally when
education.
authors write, then sometimes they go over into romance novels, and then we hear a movie that will come out after. So I just wanted to find out. Or you could do one. My daughter left for China.
Yeah, that's
Now,
true.
that would be a good book. How was that transition? Now that would be interesting to hear. I really could you write a book on that one, or I'm going to invite your daughter to come in and give that insight.
I can't wait for that to
That
happen.
would be a great interview because
Yes.
your interview is just the best, and we really truly enjoyed having you. But this is a must get. This is a must get, and this is a must get to add to your book collection. But also, there is so much knowledge and information and wisdom that will prevent you from making mistakes, but will help you to make a smooth transition wherever you go. I want to thank you again for joining us on Pathway to Success. Don't get off right now. We have Blaze. He's a rapper, producer. Oh my God, popular blogger. It's amazing though because I am Michael Hunter and he's Blaze Hunter. So father and son, this is going to be it's going to we have some more treat for you right here on Pathway to Success. Thank you again,
Thank you.
Patricia
Thank you
Basden.
so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's go. Let me take you back to the year of '07 when I ignored the wise words of a reverend. Put his hand on my chest, boy, have faith. God loves you even through your mistakes. Look to the sky and I never saw signs. Follow the word and just be kind. Why is it so hard to apply? Why can I just learn in time? I'm thinking wise words of an ignorant man. Who the hell is this guy to reveal his plan? Who the hell is this guy to take the stand and tell me all the things that got in my head? I was just one kid trying to push my dream. I was just one kid without a team. I was just one kid without his dad. Now I think about it, it wasn't that bad.
Got a lot on my mind, so I think I'm gonna jump in the RE. Cruising down 95, I gotta tell my girl I'll be home late. I'm on top of the world, so I'm gonna sit and ride the wave. Dear God, I just wanna know, do you really hear me pray?
Had a long week, ain't get a lot of sleep on the road all day, grinding in these streets. Just make some money, pay some bills, read contracts, turned down deals, hit the stage, rock the crowd, after party VIP, dodge the models, all the bottles, Captain Morgan, Hennessy. Always in the fast lane on the highway of success. All eyes on me, so no matter what I gotta dress to impress. Autographs and photographs and interviews with the press. This is everyday life when you're consistently the best. I love it all, but sometimes I need to get away from the lights, the camera, the action. At times it's just too much to take. That's why I got my cell phone on airplane mode, cause I get 100 calls a day. Nobody knows my location, might as well be 1,000 miles away. So I take this time to talk to God. He lets me know he got my back, even though these times are hard. He rids my soul of the dirt, filthy grime I accumulate in this industry. So please don't kill my vibe. I'm taking this time for me, cause I got
A lot on my mind, so I think I'm gonna jump in the RE. Cruising down 95, I gotta tell my girl I'll be home late. I'm on top of the world, so I'm gonna sit and ride the wave. Dear God, I just wanna know, do you really hear me pray?
Welcome to Pathway to Success. Oh my word. This has been in the making. Finally, I meet my son Blaze.
It's about time.
It's about time, son.
It's about time. But everything happens in God's timing.
God timing, everything. And look what is happening right here.
That's
We're
right.
sitting right here together. He's much taller than I am, of course. I think he has got his mother's genes, but
I got the explanation. You know what I'm saying?
explain to them, son.
I was in Jamaica, not CB. Confused with the beautiful island of Jamaica. I was in Jamaica, right near the beach. I was there, and you get extra height.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. That's all it was.
My son is the best right here. I can with Papa on Pathway to Success.
Yes.
And Blaze Hunter, Michael Hunter. Oh my God, what? It's going to be a phenomenal show.
Oh yeah.
He's a rapper. He's a producer. I mean, son slash Dr. Michael Hunter. And it's so great to have you. You flew from Georgia. You're in Georgia.
I actually drove in, with the hurricane and all that stuff. Wanting no flights, so I had to hit the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a hunter. You should be a hurricane hunter because the hurricane hunter that drove right through there.
That's right.
They don't worry about that. But tell us, son. Tell us, Blaze, what's happening in your music? What have you been doing? Because you just had a performance last week. I love your video. So your rap style is unique. It's powerful, and I love everything about you. Say superstar. Tell us, how did you got started to love music and to start doing music?
So what's crazy is a lot of people, when they ask me this question, they expect to hear that, I have my boom box and was listening to KRS-One. When I first discovered I had a talent for music, it all started for me. I have a love for wrestling. Me and
You do?
a lot of my friends from the neighborhood used to come wrestle. So there's this guy, Spanish dude. He called us down. I was like, you can hurt yourselves. Why don't you guys put boxing gloves on? So we went to boxing, and one day he just brought out his guitar and started playing this song that he wrote called Mrs. Hollywood. I don't know what made me I'll make a rap verse to it. I did it. It was at the park when Mom was like, I was like, look, listen to this rap that I wrote. I was beating on the table, didn't realize I had that talent. Beating on the table and rapping, and the whole park circled us. And that's where it started. So I got into a studio from a friend, and at the time the mindset was, I can do this and get rich and real quick. So a friend of mine, her mom or her sister went into a coma. Now I lost my grandmother to a coma recently, so they asked me to write a song. So I wrote a song. Long story short, the person heard the song while they were in the coma. They reached out, let me know that they heard it through, helped them fall, and that right there was like, my music can change people. And from that point on, I took it serious, and it just grew.
No, that's powerful because the person was in a coma and they got out of the coma after hearing your song, and so it tells that your song is life changing.
Yes.
It brings healing and it resurrects.
Yes.
If a person is depressed, stressed, or they're even sick, your music is able to turn around and change the atmosphere.
Yes.
That's very powerful, Blaze. Very powerful. But tell us a little about yourself. What are some of the biggest achievements that you've since your youth?
Wow.
Any interest in sport? Because you look like a basketballer. You can play basketball too.
So both my younger brothers, which I'm the oldest and the shortest, pushing sense, but they're not yours. Don't worry. Just me.
They'll be here and say, "Oh my God,
Yeah,
I gotta get my checkbook out."
they're giants. So they are excellent basketball players. I'm good. What make me good is my trash talk game. My trash talk game is on a whole nother level. If I realize your skill set super exceeds mine, I get into your brain. You feel me? So that's my skill. But I believe when it comes to success, it's been in music and entertainment.
Yeah.
I've been since 2003 and on. I've been fortunate to be in a lot of high places.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, in one sense, I've been screwed over a lot. I went into a lot of contracts, not having the right education. So there's things that I could have made big money for and I made small money for. So I went through a lot of, the ringer of that, but that also taught me,
That musical contracts.
Yes. Oh, this is the the music industry is the most evil, crazy, diabolical, demonic business that is out there. It's a horrible business, but you know, as long as you know who your creator is, and you use discernment and wisdom, you know how to decipher through a lot of the snakes. And fortunately, for my love of music is why I never gave up and I just kept trying. And it ended up getting to a place to where, like, I've toured. I've toured, you know, across the states with big acts like Ludacris. Did the Dub tour with him. I toured in Europe.
What? And I didn't get a convertible Benz for Father's Day. What are you doing, son?
Nothing.
What?
You know,
nothing.
That was
what?
Blame moms.
I'm gonna talk to mom after the interview. I gotta talk to mom.
Talk
to interview. So Ludacris.
Yes, with the Dub tour with Ludacris, I did.
What?
I did the Nova's Dope tour in Europe with Mario, and that was like Amsterdam, and that was a whole another crazy experience. And I've worked with a lot of people in the studio.
Right.
Like my engineering skills, like me behind the scenes working the boards or whatever, or I guess the best example I can give you guys, if you guys ever seen the movie Drumline, Nick Cannon's character was amazing at the drums, but he couldn't read sheet music. That was me with engineering. I knew how to do all the stuff to make everybody sound immaculately good, but I never went to school for it. There was just a God-given ability to be able to do it. So a lot of big time studios took advantage of that. But with that, even though I didn't get the money that I deserved in those positions, I met a lot of big stars and made a lot of connections with working with a lot of those people. I've worked with Bad Boy, I've worked with Maybach Music, I've worked with Slip and Slide, I've worked with Universal. So I got the experience through a lot of those things. I worked with Disney, I worked with this one of their companies, Wire Records. We worked with this group called Triple Image. These 3 girls that were on their label, and that was a huge experience. So yeah, I've been all over the place. If you would have told me back in, like, when I started in 03, and then I'll say fast forward to 2005, just that stuff alone, I would have assumed that I was a billionaire. But I learned in the music industry is not just like you do certain big things. It's that type of money and that type of fame. So it's definitely a long road. A lot of the stars y'all probably know, if you listen to their stories before they had their big break, they went through 5-10 years of a journey, and it takes that. You only see when they first come out, so you think they just started rapping and boom, they're stars, but it don't work that way.
Wow. So tell me something now, because one of the things that I've recognized within the music industry, sometimes you see some rappers they just come out there. How do they make a lot of money? Is it through touring, or is it your music, or is it underground mixtape?
Yeah, well, nowadays it's different. We're in the social media era of the music industry now. It's completely, the whole thing is shifted. So now if they want to make money, you really have to be hip to social media. And like a lot of people don't get that, from the record labels coming. Like back in the day before the social media thing, if you wanted to make money, a record label would see you. Hey, we like you. We're gonna groom you. We're gonna give you, vocal coach, give you a stylist, put you on stage, show you how to perform, choreography, clothes, this, that, and you just go and do your thing, and then your performances and that type of stuff will get you money. Now, because you can do everything yourself, labels now they just want you to be the finished product. Then they'll give you the money because you already done the groundwork. Because a lot of people don't need it no more. The same way if let's say a good rapper, 50 Cent puts out new music right now, it's going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, and all of that. If I put out a song right now, it's going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, and all of that. We're all in the same place. They're going live on Facebook and Instagram. Where are we live right now?
We're live on Facebook.
You know what I mean? So we're all the industry. We're all in the same spot. Difference is they just got that big collar money. So if you want that same money, you create your fan base, you create your demand. You have to know how to work through the algorithm and social media. You have to engage with people, and like Facebook, like me personally, I'll give y'all some transparency. I'm a transparent guy. Like every month for Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, it's at least $400 to $500 a month just for posting on there and doing reels and things of that nature. And all these are free platforms, but it's the work that you put in. I command a lot of engagements. So they're like, all right, we want you to continue to do that. Here's some money to continue to post, to continue to do this. So as long as you're intentional about what you're doing, because a lot of people just post for nothing and it's just all over the place. And they're like, oh, why isn't it catching? Just be intentional with what you're doing. And that's how an artist in these days make money. If they see your engagements are good, somebody's wanna, oh, okay, he got 60, 70 comments on that post, he probably can sell out a club. Let's hire him to perform at the club. Right. You know, you could be the most amazing rapper and singer in the world, but if you get like 2, 3 comments, they're not going to trust that you can sell out that club, so they're not going to hit you up. So it's all about understanding this new era of the game and understand that pre-COVID music industry is dead. It doesn't exist no more. Get that understanding, and you're good to go.
Wow, you're such a wealth of resourceful information and knowledge, and you're just straightforward. You made some earlier. You learned some crucial lessons from signing contract.
Mm-hmm.
When you get a contract from a record label, should you get an attorney?
Yes,
to go over the contract.
Definitely, because they know that you don't understand all of these things.
Right.
They know that. You know, fortunately for me, I have a friend, shout out to Hillary Metz. I got a friend who, her whole purpose was, I'm going to take the bar. So you and another friend of mine, it was like, so when you guys get in the industry and y'all get to that level, I can represent you. And she did. And man, fortunately for me, thank God that she was there, because she saved me for so many contracts. Like, for example, this contract that Rick Ross's label was going to sign me, they were going to sign me $700,000 signing bonus, 3-album deal. I'm like, oh, that sounds beautiful. So she told me what to look for. So I was like, all right, number one, am I able to keep my music the way that I want to? They were like, yeah, that's cool. That's why we signed you. I'm like, all right, 2, am I able to bring, I got a good team. Can I bring my team along? Yeah, of course. The more the merrier. I said, 3, do I have a release date? Well, we can talk about, do we have a release date? Yes or no? Hung up. See, this is how a lot of people get messed up. So say if I signed that deal, I got that $700,000.
Right.
You have to pay that money back. They give you the advance.
So what you're saying is the money that they advance, you have to pay them back?
You have to pay that back.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that money will pay for, when the studio time, it'll pay for the beats, it'll pay for the clothes you wear when you're touring and doing shows, it's paying for the hotel room, it's paying your stage manager, it's paying the wardrobe manager, it's paying your actual manager, the gas for the tour bus, it's paying for with the billboards that they use to promote, the radio promotions, it's paying for all of that stuff. What they're looking for, what labels look for, is once you spend all that money, it's the purpose is to make your album and all that stuff successful, so you make that money back, and then you can pay them back their money, and everything else is yours. But if they don't give me a release date, that means the albums never were released. I can't pay them that money back. So I'm stuck in the contract, and I can't be out of the contract until I release 3 albums. But if I don't have a release date to release the first album, I'm just stuck. And for record labels, those are tax write-offs. So the fact that they got an artist that's on their label, they sign that off, they're making that money. Therefore, the artist is sitting there like, it's crazy. So yeah.
What? I'm happy that I blaze on, because I've learned so much. What you're saying just opened my eyes to a lot of things.
Yeah.
I thought when they gave that money, it was just giving, they sign you and they said, this is a good artist, so we're going to just give you that.
Yeah. Oh no. It's a business. they want all of that back. They want all that back. And a lot of times they understand that the talent isn't educated on it, so they take advantage. And a lot of people, and it was crazy because a long time I went with all these labels are evil, but now being on the other side of it, because I have an entertainment company, Ninth Wonder Music and Entertainment, and through my company I help artists.
That's good.
And dealing with artists, I've learned that a lot of these ungrateful, a lot of this talent, they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's right. You gotta keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned that like some people are like, oh, if you love my stuff, you'll just play my stuff for free. Like I have a radio station, Blazing Radio, and it's in 100% of the globe. Thank you very much. Yeah, I gotta start real quick. But they were like, oh, if you like my music, you'll just put it on for free. They don't understand that not only do I pay for the radio station, I pay for the royalty license, so that way when you guys get played on my radio station, you can get royalties and you can chart on billboards. I also pay the team to promote you because I don't just put it on the radio and that's it. If you go to my social media and my radio station page, you'll see that every time an artist breaks, I put them on social media. My whole fan base will go and support them. We go live, we play your music. I do events, we play your music. So we do a lot for the artists, and a lot of them are like, oh, just play the stuff for free. And it just don't work. It don't work that way because there's a lot of work that go into it, and that gave me why labels used to take so much. People are like, oh, labels, they do these deals where they get the majority of the money, or they're doing the majority of the work. They're putting you here, they're putting you there, they're getting you the trainers, they're getting you the cooks. Of course they want their money. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why you as an artist y'all have to be business minded as well. If you want to get the most, start learning how to do a lot of things on your own to where the labels don't have to do every single thing. You learn the things you need to do. You get educated. It's not hard to find the education. If you don't go to school for it, YouTube University, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of information on YouTube that'll tell you a whole lot of stuff. Learn it. You know what I'm saying? And you put yourself in the best positions to win.
Wow.
Pathways to success, baby.
Yeah.
The game.
We're hitting the game.
Come on.
Wow. I mean, it's like you took me to university, guys. My word. And this is very important for a lot of young aspiring artists. I just saw some young aspiring artists just walk in the studio here. They want to meet you after you're that famous.
That's right.
And what you were saying is so powerful. So these, so you can be signed into a contract.
Yes.
And what if your album now you put on your album starts selling and doing what?
So they do give you the release date.
They do give you the release date. That's
yeah. And the album goes well, then it's up to you also to make sure like you can sell enough records to where you just pay that money back and then don't make a lot more than, let's say, if you only make like $2,000 worth of profit after it all, like that. But it's up to you to make yourself a selling commodity as well. Like when you perform on stage, like they'll give you the platform. It's up to you once those people are there to entertain those people. So it's up to you to be creative, find reasons that make you special. Like the record labels had nothing to do with Michael Jackson when he'll sit on stage for 15 minutes doing nothing. He'll just sit there. Everybody's screaming, going ham. Right. Michael decides, so let me just turn my head real quick. Bomb. People faint, pass out.
So that's true.
These are all things in his mind creatively that he's come up with and that made him who he is. And it's just about coming up with different things that capture moments. It's all about moments. When you remember a lot of things, it's moments. There are songs that come out that you probably don't know all the words to, but you remember certain things. Like everybody and their mama knows DMX, y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. If I tell you to tell me, give me 4 bars of the verse, a lot of people can't. Oh, I love DMX. All right, rap the song. But they only can remember the certain key moments. And Nelly's just getting hot in here to that part. Telling your refreshment, telling your best friend, like, girl, I think my butt getting big. Everybody know that part. It's a moment. If Michael Jackson does not do the moonwalk at that performance that he did at the Motown the anniversary, that clip isn't popular. If Michael Jordan didn't jump from the free throw line sticking out his tongue, that clip isn't popular. You notice when you think of all of those things, those are the one moment. You don't think of nothing, no other part of that performance except Michael hitting that moonwalk. That's the clip that they always show. Michael didn't know that was going to be a freaking staple in time, but it was. It's all about capturing the moments, and you do that with the way you write. You do that with your performance. You do that with clothes you wear, and that's what makes people follow you. That's what makes people love you, and those are the key things. So when you do sell those records and do all the stuff that the labels want you to do, you have to take it upon yourself to capture moments so people can buy your merchandise and want more from you, and that gives you high demand. It gives you more leverage over the labels. All right, these people love me, so you was gonna pay me $20,000. I want $50,000 this time. Now you got some leverage and you got a foot to stand on. You know what I'm saying? So it's about putting the work in. You can't be lazy and let them do all of it. They're gonna get all the money.
Yeah, they want to charge you and say, well, we're putting all the work. You're sitting back relaxed.
Exactly.
I noticed that there's some artists when they perform, the delivery is good, but there's not a vibe. They just walk around slouchy, slow, and expect to become a big hit. What do you have to say to artists about that?
I can't stand it. And what's crazy is the more we're going on with time, with like I love everybody. I understand where music is. They are on a radio station, so I have to hear a lot of this new school stuff. And I'm not too much of a fan of it, but I understand that there are a lot of people that are. And a lot of the performances are just so horrible. And just what you said, they don't have no good vibe.
No good vibe. They have no stage
it's
performance.
crazy.
It's just
And
ridiculous.
and what I want to say to artists out there, because a lot of people, there was somebody that I was giving advice to. It's so crazy that you asked this question. I was giving this dude advice, and he was like, "Well, this little, I can't even know the dude's name. I'm just gonna call him little Stoplight. Little Stoplight was performing, and he didn't do none of that stuff, and everybody loved him." I said, next year you're not even gonna remember that Little Stoplight performance. You feel me? I said, so still don't get caught up in the right now. You understand that. Nobody's going to be remembering that performance. So if you want to be memorable, you have to be able to capture the audience more than just the songs that they know. A lot of you independent artists, people don't know you. So when you get put on stage, you have to have this extra stuff to give them. There's a song where I'm performing and I'm doing a real fast rap. So halfway in between, I make the music cut off and I'm like, all right. So everybody go to cheering and then the music come back in and then I go back to rapping again immediately. So it seems like, the music just stopped and I'm out of breath and I need to catch my breath, but it was a part of the show. They loved it, they laughed, it was funny, whatever. It's all about, again, goes back to creating those moments. That's how you create them vibes, learn how to read a room. If you're in an audience that's full of, say if you have a song that you notice there are a lot of people who, there's a lot of church going people in the building. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay. All right, so if I do this fast song, they're not really gonna like that. So let me go ahead and do something that I know they're gonna like. It's all about knowing how to call those audibles as well too. Yeah. It's just being educated, you have to be intentional with everything you do. Can't go winging it and just assume, my talent is this and that, so they're gonna love me. I promise you, it don't work that way. There's some talented people that's getting no love, none.
And the hip hop industry is overfilled with a lot of talented rappers, but they're still not making it. Who is the one that you rich upcoming rapper that you think that right now is doing very well? I know maybe it's from Georgia because there's one little baby that I really like.
Yeah, so and there's a lot of people, including me, who aren't. I'm not a super fan of. You know what I'm saying? It's unpopular for people. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, Little Baby.
You're not a super fan, man.
I'm not a Little Baby fan. I'm not saying he's bad. It just ain't my cup of tea. You feel me? But he is popular. But what makes him so popular is he's smart when it comes to his marketing and things like that. He is wise with what works social media wise. He's working this. He knows what his fans like. He knows the type of things that they want to do, the type of styles he should wear to get them engaged, and that's what he do. So if I was a record label and they're like, would you sign Lil Baby? In a heartbeat. Do you like it? Heck no. But I'm not gonna tell y'all that. If y'all ask me, I love Lil Baby. I brush my teeth to Lil Baby. But don't ever ask me that again. No, of course not. Stop playing with me. Old school head, you know what I'm saying?
So he's good at marketing, but what about his music? He's a good businessman, is what you're saying.
Oh, very good businessman. Whatever team he has, or if it's just him, I don't follow him too deep because obviously, like I said, not my cup of tea. But from what I do see, I do study a lot of artists and what makes them successful, and him and a few other ones too. They're smart with what they do. They know, and they don't just stick. They're not just sticking to just pushing music. They're jumping into other avenues like Meg Thee Stallion. There's a lot of people who don't agree with Meg Thee Stallion because a lot of her stuff is so vulgar and whatever. But she understood after a while, this is what I do. That's my lane. After a while, it's going to get played out. So I have to continue to make it move. So people who watch like the Marvel shows or whatever, there's that show She-Hulk. She was a guest star on that show, and there's just little things like that growing. Now there's a whole bunch of people who don't who don't listen to that style of music will only go listen to it just because, oh, she was on She-Hulk. You know, it's all about being wise with and getting involved in different projects and different things. So like with me, I guess I do music, and music is my love and my passion, but through shout out to another one of the companies. I co-own the Signature Series Network with my boy Mr. Cooper. It's a TV network that caters to all independent talent. So through that, there's a wrestling company that we work with called Spartan Pro Wrestling, and that's a whole nother industry. You know, to be able to meet the wrestlers. And another thing that I'm doing to help other artists. A lot of those wrestlers come out to music. You know, and the majority of those independent up and coming wrestlers. And there's some game I'm giving y'all for the free. You feel me? It's some game. Y'all better utilize it because you ain't getting it for free after this. I'm charging. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so a lot of these wrestlers are coming out to popular music, but now when they get played on YouTube or whatever, they're getting flagged for the copyrights and things of that nature. So they need original music. So artists, y'all hit up independent wrestlers. Like you can easily hashtag independent wrestler. Lots of them come up. Hit them up. Hey, look, I do music. I want to know if you want to use this as your song that you come out to.
Right.
They agree to it. So now every week they're performing, they're coming out to your song. Also, guess what? If you got your thing registered through ASCAP or BMI, you're getting royalties every single time they come out to your song. You feel me? So there's so many different avenues that you can take because of the hurricane. And it was meant to be. The hurricane was a fan of us, because I was supposed to be at the Miami Web Fest right now. And that didn't happen because of the hurricane, but I'd have to be here with you. So
that's good, son. I'm happy.
But with the Miami Web Fest, that's a film festival where a lot of TV shows that were starring actors and producers, a lot of them need music for their soundtracks. You know what I mean? So artists, you go out there and you submit your stuff to these different music festivals. There are some people that were going to win music video of the night, or there's a lot of different things that you guys can do instead of just going to open mics and just performing and looking for labels. Like there's a lot that you can do yourself and make this money. So when those labels or investors do come to you, you have a foot to stand on. You don't have to take whatever they're giving you. You can demand some things. You can negotiate some things.
What are some of the music projects you're working on now?
So musically, a project that I just released, because again, since I've been working with my promotion company with the radio, TV, magazine, I haven't been doing a lot of music. But because I love it so much, I'll get the itch every once in a while, and I'll throw some stuff out. So I just did a project called Blaze Hunter Presents the B Mix. And with this project, it's like I have a song with Busta Rhymes on there.
Well, that's good.
I have a song with Mario. I have a song with the Korean international group BTS. Those boys are insanely talented. Yeah. And doing that, I actually have a song with my boy Mr. Cooper. I got TC versus Shan. So there's a good amount of people give y'all shout outs. You feel me? But it's a real, like, I think 6 songs on the project, and it's and the beauty of it is like the Busta Rhymes fan base could get a little taste of me, which is cool. A lot of these new cats that listen to music that don't even know. There was some person that didn't know who Busta Rhymes was, and it hurt my spirit. The blasphemy, I just don't understand.
So famous.
Oh my God! I'm like, what are you listening to? It's killed me. There was a time where I was doing this music thing, and I was telling this girl, "Yeah, I need the vibe to be like TLC." She said, "Who?" I was like,
and who?
Like, trying to get out my studio about it's crazy. But yes, it's like the group BTS. They're a Korean group. It's considered K-pop. There's a lot of people that don't know that style of music. I know because of my sister. They are extremely talented. So me putting this out was a way to just cross promote a lot of fan bases, give people something different than the norm. And those are the things that I like to do musically, is to not be the same as everyone else. So like when I do, because I'm Christian, God-fearing man, love my Lord and Savior, yes, God. So when I do music and when I put if I'm doing a strictly gospel project, I don't do it like the normal. It's not I don't come from, a lot of people like to come from that leader of the ministry,
right?
Because I'm not a leader of a ministry like that. I'm not preaching in no church. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm someone who's walking through this journey. So what I'm going to write is me walking through that journey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about certain things that I go through. I'm not going to sugarcoat and, hey, Blaze, how you doing? Hey, blessed and highly favored. And that's no, if I'm going through it, hey, Blaze, what's up? I'm going through it bad. But, I'm going to be straight. God got me. But, yeah, it's tough. And I'm going to be real. And those are the things that I write about because people can relate to that. People can't just relate to all the goody two-shoe, think everything is all good. And that's how a lot of people mess up. I heard a lot of that type of music.
Right.
So when I first became a Christian, that really messed me up because I was so gung-ho on the optimism and the positivity and thought as soon as let me sign on the dotted line, Jesus, and I'm yours now, everything's going to be...
Become a multi-millionaire. You have a Bentley's, Rolls Royce, huh?
The devil hits you so much. Oh, you with Jesus now. I got something for you. The devil come at you so much harder. And this is the thing, people, he never stops. He won't stop until the day that you die. That's his whole purpose is to make you and pull you down with him. But what you do, this is why it's so good to be on God's side. Like this dude has a song called "It's So Much Better on This Side," and I love it so much because what it means is when you're on the side of Jesus, when you get those attacks, Jesus is right there to take them. You feel me? He'll take them willingly. The battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. It ain't just a song. It ain't just a slogan. That's facts. It's oh my God. With that understanding, you get through so much. There's like I said, COVID. There was a lot of people that I lost to COVID that died, and it's only through all those things that came giving it to God. I have lupus, so with me having lupus, I catch everything quick. That my immune system can't fight off any type of cold, anything. So if you are sick right now and you sneeze, it's a wrap for me. I'm done. I'll go be in bed for like the next week, all over the place. So when COVID came, the enemy was in my ear heavy. Oh, you're gonna catch it. Ain't no way you can stop it. You got a pre-existing condition. You're gonna die. Da 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 da. But God, but God. If it wasn't for Jesus, I wouldn't have been able to mentally get through that. And then I had to exercise my faith over fear. I couldn't just be stuck in the house. I got a business to run, so I have to go out to different events. So it's not just about going out there and not having a mess. Oh, Jesus got my back. No, it's about using wisdom. He gave us brains. He gave us brains. So wear your mask. Be clean. Be protected. Make sure, you know what I mean. And those are certain things that I had to do. And a lot of times when I do that, it's not just to protect myself from COVID. Like I said, it could just be a cold. So many times I'm just out and about, and then some little snotty-nosed little kid come around and, oh, how are you so cute? Just because I'm in his little vicinity and he breathed on me, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst. So it's just all about wisdom. You know what I mean? And people, I just want to make sure I explain this. Just because you're a child of God, don't mean you're not supposed to use your brain. You know what I'm saying? You think, oh, I'm gonna touch the stove because God got me. I'm a child of God, so I should. Why did I get burned? Jesus, no, don't touch it. The wisdom says don't touch it. There was and I know I go off in a whole lot of things. You feel me? I apologize. You know what I'm saying? We hunters, we talk.
We hunters, oh yeah. Oh my word, don't we?
Talk. So I was on this group of Christians. They were live on. They were talking about some stuff, and they made the mistake by bringing me into the box because they thought I was going to be all diplomatic and things of that nature. And they were saying how, we're children of God, and you people being stupid and having fear. That's what kind of child of God are you, having fear with COVID? I'm like, all right, so if I go out and drive without a seatbelt, does that mean I'm living in fear? No, it's wisdom. Right. I have the seatbelt on, so if we crash, we don't. Forget that. I have the seatbelt on, so when a cop passed by, I don't get no ticket. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not living in fear. That's wisdom. If the stove is hot, if there's something in the oven, I'm going to put the glove on, not because I'm living in fear, because I don't want to get burned. It's wisdom. So if I'm going to go out and I'm going to put a mask on because there's an airborne disease out there, I'm being responsible, being wisdom, not living in fear. And a lot of it's crazy where people's mind goes, but that's why it's just so important to always go back to God. Always go back to God. Always give it to him because you'll go crazy. Like, I don't understand how anybody living without him. That's a true statement. Like, people who ain't living, who don't got like God is that centerpiece. You can't just give him your issues. I don't know how y'all doing it. You feel me? It's like, that's too much crazy. That's why you're hearing a lot of this depression and the suicides and all of this stuff. Like, who y'all turning to? Jay-Z ain't gonna save you. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Tupac ain't gonna say a lot of these people that y'all idolizing, they can't. They just rappers. You feel me? And a lot of people was like, oh well, you know, Buddha, this, that, da da da. You could find Buddha in the grave. You could find Muhammad in the grave. You could find Steve Jobs in the grave. All the people you idolize, you could find in the grave. But if you go to the grave of Jesus, you know what you're gonna find? Nobody. So understand? Yeah, you feel me? You know, so you know, it's on y'all. You know, it's really on y'all.
Blaze is the best. Believe me. I mean, so humorous, so informative, such great wisdom, such great knowledge that you have really, for those who are want to be rappers. Well, who's your favorite rapper?
So this is gonna be.
Or right now, maybe young rapper or old.
So this is gonna be very crazy though. So my favorite, I would say, artist of all. I mean, I wouldn't say there's a whole lot of rappers that I really love, and one of my favorite rappers who isn't even a popular rapper. Shout out to my boy Rob Croft. He's not popular, like a big mainstream rapper, but oh my God, he's fire. But as an artist, my favorite artist, I would say dead is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's Michael. That's true. My father's son, right? Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
That's true.
And then the one that may be unpopular to people is Diddy, Puff Daddy. He's not the greatest rapper ever. He's not by a long shot. But his ability to put together music, the way that he approaches the business, his all around thing is so inspiring to me because of. It's just different. Everything he does is captivating. Just the way he's not the best dancer in the world, but he can dance. But he's not the best dancer. But he still uses it to the. Oh my God, he does it and makes it stylish. The style is good. The sound is always good. Every artist that he works with, he demands excellence. And a lot of people don't like his style and think he may be too aggressive. But that finished product is always excellent. It's always superb. And I love that confidence that he carries. Like, look, I'm a child of God. I'm a black king. So I have to, and I love that confidence, and it's inspiring. There's a lot of times where I was even on something, maybe lazy, and then God perfectly would put some type of Diddy thing on, and I see it, and I'm like, no, I can't slack. I got to get right. You feel me? So yeah, it's that's crazy.
Shout out to Puff Daddy, great rapper, a producer too.
Yes,
a legend. I think he just won an award.
Yeah, like it was like lifetime achievement.
Lifetime achievement.
Well deserved.
Puff Daddy, well deserved. The Puff Daddy. We're gonna take a break, right? And then we're gonna come back with Blaze Hunter, with Michael Hunter, Pathway to Success, man.
All right. I gave y'all so much gems. Y'all rich after this feed so long ago.
Oh yes, you are. And we're gonna look at one of your performance. Oh my God, son, I didn't get to watch. I wasn't there last week, so
yes,
I'm gonna be getting to watch it now. So watch it with us, okay?
I'm a dog, man, they say that I'm a problem. God label me a king, so it don't matter what you call me. It's royalty when I'm in your presence, put some respect on the name. Off with your head on me if you thinking it's a game. Call me LeBron, Jerry Lawler, I need a bag, air dollar. I'm a warrior, no equal dollar. Sword in the stone, boy, star like it is a problem. Maybe for you, not for me. Boy, reside on the throne, bless be the truth. I'm a king and I'm a fight till I'm gone. Just keep it smooth. I'm a G, I put my life in the song. Then when I'm through my legacy, gon' shine bright and live on. Was in the red, 3 feet from gold. Now I'm a rock this planet like a freaking meteor. And you know I'm a wild out when I get the scene. So you better bow down when you see a king. Set it up, fire up.
Ooh. Are you looking to advertise your business? Look no further. Pathways to Success is offering 3 30-second slots each Sunday of the month for $100. Please contact 561-331-1524 for all inquiries.
Wow. I mean, what great performance from Blaze Hunter. I really enjoyed it. The lyrics is so dope. The energy, the perform, everything.
Yeah, lyrics, like that's
It just flow like that. Just
I'm such a
rhyme so good.
I'm such a big fan of being lyrical and,
Yes.
and lyrics is like that song right there. The song, shout out to Josh Morland. The song is called King. So I made it my business in that song to use a lot of references that because anybody can just rap. Oh, I'm down and I got the throne and you better leave me alone. And like people can say all the basic things. So I always approach writing verses in ways that are good for pop culture, but also good for people who are like me that are very intellectual with raps. Like in the part of the song, I'm like, call me LeBron, Jerry Lawler, LeBron James. Everybody is always like the king. Jerry Lawler, if you're a wrestling fan, Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
So I do another line where I'm like, sword in the stone, boy, stop. Like there's a problem. Like if you sword in the stone, if you're not the king, you can't pull the sword out. But you know what I mean? It's so many. And then, like you said, the rhymes, like the rhyme schemes. We have I'm giving some more education rappers. You feel me? So they have like what you would call AA rhymes, and that would be like, yo, I'm walking to the car, blah 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 blah. I'm going far. Then you have AB rhymes, where it's like, yo, I'm walking to the car, and I'm a king, da 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 da, I'm far, blah blah blah, getting sting, So in that song, I decided to do something that I like to call an ABCDEFG rhyme. So every line, say if I did 4 lines with that, every first word in the first line rhymes with the first word in the second one, and so on. So I'm like, Blaze be the truth, I'm a king, I'm gonna fight till I'm gone. J keep it smooth, I'm a G. So Blaze be the truth, J keep it smooth. Though they rhyme with each other. So the whole the line rhymes with each other. So there's so many skill sets. It's like what I like to say, humbly speaking, what I would love to say is it's art, and it's not the art that you hang up on your parents' refrigerator.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the type of art that you see in museums that people steal. And they break into the museums and they make fakes and they fly across the country to kill and gotta call cops and the FBI. It's that type of art. It's Van Goghish, you know what I'm saying? It's skills.
Oh my word!
Such a great performance.
Great performance. Do you have any album release coming out? Do you have an album release?
So I'm getting ready to work on a brand new project. It's called Days Ablaze. Extra stream all about it. So pretty much every like major album I do, I call it the Days Ablaze, and I just have a title. Like I have one called Days Ablaze, I Am the Ace, and so this one will be called Days Ablaze, Stream All About It, instead of like extra stream all about it, because everything is so streamed now.
Yes.
And it'll be a collection of stuff that is already on. I have a few singles that are on Spotify and released already, and then there'll be a few more new ones. Because I know there are people who, as much as I want to try to step back from the music and kind of help.
You're too good. Yeah, you're too good to step back.
I can't deny it. So it definitely will be a new project, and there will be, because there's people who've been hitting me up. When are we gonna get the Kingdom project? When are we gonna get the strictly Christian? Because even though the secular, I would call the secular album, it's still like, if you listen to it, like I don't make music that opposes God. So you're not gonna hear, I'm at the club with my mama and the book. You're not gonna hear none of that from me. Right. I'm sipping on all this. You're not gonna hear that from me. You know what I mean? Just because it isn't, hoorah, hoorah. Like I have a song called "Shout Out to the Struggle," a music video. It's an older music video, but the song is so powerful, and it's just about shouting out the harsh and giving. I thank God that I went through that struggle, because it made me who I am today. That's not so much of a hoorah, praise Jesus type of song, but it is, because it represents. I have a song called "Special" that people can dedicate to a girl, and the song I'm talking about Jesus, but I present it in a way that if you want to dedicate it to your wife or your girlfriend, you could, because of how it was written. But I personally made that with my relationship, with God. So it's just I'm very again intentional with the the things that I do. So I have two. So the regular project will be Days Ablaze, extra stream all about it, and then I'm gonna have the gospel album called Days Ablaze, and it's gonna be called Days Ablaze Make Me Free.
Days Ablaze. And tell me something. How do we? For those who want to get your music, how can they get your music?
Google Blaze Hunter. I'm everywhere.
Everywhere.
Google Blaze Hunter. Everything will come up. Facebook, IG, the Twitter, the TikTok. Your boy popular on TikTok, by the way. And also, big shout out to the WWE World Wrestling and Entertainment.
Shout out. I love them too.
So everyone who knows R-Truth, Ron, he goes by Ron Killens musically. They came to me and we put out his new single, Barnyard Flexing.
Proud of you, son. Proud of you.
So I'm also in charge of the TikTok. The TikTok challenge ends on the 15th. So you guys go to TikTok and do the Barnyard Flexing challenge. You know what I'm saying? It's a cool line dance that he came up with. Hey, I went and did it. I killed it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't in the competition, so y'all don't got to be worried about the crazy little dance moves. Well, yeah, y'all check that out. It's a lot. I'm doing a whole lot, and I'm blessed to be in the position to be able to do all that I'm doing. So shout out to the WWE, shout out to TikTok, everything. Just Google Blaze Hunter, everything will come up. Y'all see it.
But we also have a trivia question, Blaze. What is it today? What is the trivia question?
Oh, so I get to ask a trivia question.
Yeah, you get to ask a trivia question.
So, ladies and gentlemen, which contemporary pop singer has a tattoo of Jesus Christ on one of his calves? I'll give you a hint. The boy can rap. He's a singer, but the boy can rap. Y'all don't worry about what I'm doing. You feel me? Don't pay. Look, when I look to the side, it's because I can. No.
Just looking.
I caught none of it. You have to show me. I caught none of it.
You must use wisdom. Somebody said, so true, and having wisdom come tough decisions, even if no one understands. If you don't use the wisdom, it's a waste of a gift.
Yes.
Somebody put facts. But it's too empty. Lindley, under your son plays a preacher. Wow, yes, he is. Great one, too. Somebody put Mikhail David say, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Let's go. Let's shout out, squad.
Shout out. Yeah. Anybody can figure that out?
Yeah, y'all gonna figure it out. Which contemporary pop singer has a tattoo of Jesus Christ on one of his calves?
Which one? Tell me. Which one? Nobody can guess that one? Oh my God.
Baby.
Oh my God. Really? But I could figure it out.
I still don't get it. You know what I mean? I'm confident that they're not gonna get it.
Oh my God. Nobody? Should we go ahead and tell them?
We could.
Somebody mentioned a video.
We got the producers in our ears right now, so let's see what we do when producers do. Should we tell them or should we not tell them? What y'all think? Should we let them know what's up? No? All right, yeah, we ain't giving it to y'all yet. Like I tried. Look.
We tried to help you, but you'd have gotten something sent to you, a gift from Pathway to Success. But no, nobody could figure that out. But yeah, Blaze, wow. I love your music, the energy, the vibe, the style, the creativity, the knowledge, everything. You're a great superstar.
Thank you.
So proud to have you right here with us on Pathway to Success.
Yes.
And the information that you've fed, I mean, so many people, young people running to the rap game.
Yeah.
You see the big chains, the vehicles, which I found out recently, some of these are rented.
90% of them is rented.
I didn't know that. I thought they really owned them, but now I'm finding out that it's just really rented.
You see a lot of them with the big things of money and they're holding them prop money. You know what I'm saying? You guys can go to Amazon and buy a good stack of $100,000 prop money for like $15. So it can be done. Because a lot of people, they use it for movies and things of that nature. So they know rappers want money in their music videos, so they sell it. So yeah, don't be fooled, people. Don't be fooled.
Don't be fooled.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta, and you have just given us some great wisdom. You've given us great knowledge, and I'm so happy to have you on Pathway to Success. When will you be back? When any shows or any more performances?
I'm doing some more performances. So on November 12th, I'll be in South Carolina doing the Show Up and Show Out tour. Shout out to TC vs. Chance and Urban Sounds. You know, they're allowing me to come and bless that stage and rock it. So I will also be back for the Miami Web Fest. It's been postponed to the last week of November. So right before Thanksgiving, y'all can rock out, join me on the red carpet, and then see me rock the stage. So yeah, those will be the places. If you guys want to, tune into the radio station. Yes. So my radio station is called Blaze It Up Radio. So you will go to BlazeHunterNinthWonder.com/Blaze It Up Radio, and you will be able to tune in. It plays 24/7. You can request your favorite independent artist, and they'll be played. We also have, like I said, the TV network, the Signature Series Network. So you go to SignatureSeriesNetworkTV.com. Series spelled with the Z, so SERIEZ for series. So Signature Series Network TV.com, and we have like 24 channels within the station. So we have the prime time station that plays a lot of our original shows. And it plays all content. So it plays independent cooking, sports, dance, comedy, movies, all. And then the people who just want a certain thing, like if you only want music videos, then we have an indie music video channel. If you just want food shows, we have the independent food channel. We got a lot of cooking shows and taste testing and things of that nature. If you want strictly gospel, we have the Soul Food Network. And that is strictly gospel music videos, gospel talk TV shows, like Vantage Point by Sunrise. So we have a dancing channel that's dedicated to ballet, hip hop,
dancing.
Everything
son on the one roof. Wow, that's the best. If you have it going on, you're more mega more time, and then I'm telling you, watch the hand of God. Wow. You just heard it here. You just had an interview with Michael Hunter, Blaze Hunter. What can I say?
Come on,
this is the family genes.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us on Pathway to Success. And meet them with a bite for the week, son.
Look, this is what I'll tell everybody. Hold on, wait, let me holler at my producer real quick. So can we give them the answer yet, or no? We're still not giving them the answer. All right, so the answer to the question that the whole world is stammering about, which contemporary pop singer has a tattoo of Jesus Christ on one of his calves, is Justin Bieber.
Oh my God.
How y'all know it wasn't the Biebs?
The
Biebs.
The Biebs. Shout out to Justin Bieber.
Well, yes, you guys just, what I want to leave you with is be intentional. Treat your career, no matter what it is, if it's music, if you're a dishwasher, if you're a janitor, whatever that your passion is, be intentional with it and treat it as if it's your own baby. Take care of it, nurture it, promote it properly. Don't, like, if you're like I said, if you have a janitorial business and you want it to succeed, like, you have to put in the work, you have to promote, you have to treat your business. Be intentional with your business. Be rappers, singers, movie producers, writers, everything. Just my message to you is to be intentional with what you're doing. Create moments.
That's it. Enjoy your week. Create moments. We're doing right here. Blaze Hunter, Michael Hunter. Have a great week from Pathway to Success.